My name's Debra Bustos. I'm the Director of Real Estate for Urban Land Conservancy, and I've been with that organization since 2007, the end of 2007, and have had a wonderful adventure. I mean, everything that we do there is cutting edge for our field. It is always challenging, so I don't get bored. But my heart is definitely on the nonprofit side of the work that we do. And it stems back to, I started the workforce long ago when I was just fresh out of high school, and I worked at a bank. And that adventure went for a couple of years, and then I went to the mortgage lending field and had a variety of positions that ranged from just starting as a secretary and moving my way up because I always wanted more, and I was always bored, and so I wanted more, and I helped people out, and I learned more as I went, and then I got more additional responsibilities. But then it came to a time when it was the mid-'80s, and I was doing mortgage loan origination. And the interest rates were 15, 17%. They were really high. And people just, they weren't doing mortgages as often. And so my commissions were a little fewer and far between. So I thought I would go supplement my income. And I answered a position just for a clerk. I was just going to be a clerk, volunteering some time at a nonprofit organization. It was called Neighborhood Housing Services of Denver at the time. It doesn't exist anymore. But I went just a couple of hours a week, and I just fell in love with it. It was doing inner city neighborhood revitalization, and 2 weeks later, the executive assistant resigned, and they hired me. And ever since then, with the exception of a 3-year stint, I have been nonprofit. I love it because it's interesting. It's full of heart, and I've worked in the corporate world. I've worked at an organization that had 160,000 employees, and I really felt like my hands were tied. And with nonprofit work, I'm in everything. I'm in everything. I have a say. I've helped with a couple of startup organizations, so that's been fun because I'm opinionated. So I have an opportunity to voice on how things are formed and come together. So, but with Urban Land Conservancy, it's interesting because it seems that if we find a property, because what we do is we acquire real estate and we preserve it for community benefit, which means a lot of different things. A lot of what my work has been the past few years has been to acquire property along the transit corridors so we could create and preserve affordable housing. And it's been great because every property is different, present different challenges. We work with many different development partners who actually take the property and go vertical, and we do the land banking. To the extent that we can, we buy the property and then we hold it, and we own the property. We lease it to the development partner so that in the event something were to happen with either that development, that entity, something, we have the ability to step back in. But anyway, it's every day is a new adventure. We have a wonderfully visionary and energetic and passionate leader who has us all over the place, and I consider myself the anchor because I'm the implementer. So,
cool.
But we do good things.